What is up, you guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Kevin, and in today's video I'm going to guide you guys through the process of building a summer body. You know, when summertime arrives, the weather is hot, sun's out, you want to go to the beach, you want to play some sports with your buddies, and when the temperatures allow for it, you want to take off your shirt. And let's be honest, guys, if you have great physique, if you are in great shape, it's just more fun to take your shirt off because you know you look fucking good. And when I'm talking about a summer body, I'm not necessarily talking about a big, just a bodybuilder or a big stereotypical meathead physique. I'm talking about a physique that looks athletic and lean. I'm talking about just the right amount of muscle in all the right areas. I'm talking about the chest, the shoulders, the back, lats. That will make you look athletic, and combined with a low body fat percentage, you will reveal your muscles definition. Now, wintertime is arriving. I'm lean bulking right now. I'm on muscle gaining phase right now. And this is the perfect time to start your journey because in the West, at least, the weather isn't getting any better and you won't really have to take your shirt off. That is no excuse to get fat, but you can allow yourself to get a little bit fluffier during the process of building muscle. So today I'm going to show you guys how to do it, and let's just jump right into it. The first thing you want to do is, if you are relatively lean, if you start out from a normal frame, you want to go on a muscle building phase. And you do that by choosing a couple of key exercises, preferably compound key exercises that will stimulate a lot of muscle mass during one movement and will allow for easy strength progression. The best movements are the bench press, the overhead press, the weighted chin-up, the upper back row, the squat, and the Romanian deadlift. And even though the Romanian deadlift technically isn't a compound lift, it is a fantastic overall mass builder for the posterior chain, and it should be included because in my opinion it is better than a conventional deadlift to build muscle. But that's the topic for a whole other video. So what you want to do is focus on those exercises, perform, depending on where you are in your lifting career, 3 to 4 to 5 sets, the proper intensity, 1 to 2 reps in reserve shy of failure, and you want to push it that you see strength gains over time. You want to apply progressive overload. If you can handle a weight that you can perform 5 reps with, try to perform that weight for 10 reps and then increase the weight and start all over again. The thing is, the optimal rep range for your compound movements is 5 to 10 reps. Yes, the muscle building range goes further than that. However, from a practical point of view, the easiest way to apply progressive overload is in the medium rep range, where there is a good balance between mechanical tension and muscular cumulative fatigue, and that is between 5 to 10 reps for your big compound lifts. The big movements, the key movements, will be responsible for transforming the majority of your body. About 80% of your muscle, of your physique transformation will be caused by these movements, but to stimulate a couple of muscle groups that are lagging, that are fully stimulated during key foundational movements, we should throw in a couple of assistance exercises. I'm talking, for example, about lateral raises, tricep extensions, calf raises, bicep curls. While these movements get a great stimulation from the big compound movements, and they will grow, especially if you are new to lifting, they will have no other chance to grow. But to maximize their development, we should give those muscle groups a little more volume, and we do that by throwing in a little direct volume by direct arm work, for example, lateral raises, calf raises. Even though these muscle groups get stimulated through big compound movements, they will get their maximum growth potential stimulation from adding in a couple of assistance exercises. Now, if you want to gain muscle, that is best done when you are eating in a calorie surplus. Don't make the mistake of gorging yourself with all kinds of foods that are very calorie dense and that cause you to overeat by 1,000 or a couple of thousand calories. Just eat in a moderate surplus of about 200 to 300 calories per day, because your body can only gain so much muscle during a certain time period. By eating in a small surplus on a daily basis, you will allow your body to gain muscle, but you won't gain too much additional fat, because gaining too much fat is counterproductive. It will make the cut way harder than it needs to be, and you simply want to look aesthetic through the whole process. Okay, for example, I'm lean bulking right now. I'm still fairly lean, but I'm not as shredded as I used to be when I walked around at the beach. However, if I shed a couple of pounds, everything will be much more clear, and that is the goal. You want to stay lean on your lean bulk. You want to stay fairly aesthetic, because if you have to cut down for a certain event, or if you just want to look good for summer, it will only take you about a month, maybe 2 months at max, to get absolutely diced. So that is the first part of the cycle that you should do: build up muscle mass. Now, like I said, you don't have to get fat. You can stay aesthetic throughout the whole process. However, there comes a point in time when you have put on a good amount of muscle mass, and while fat gain can be minimized by eating in a strategic calorie surplus, there will come a point in time where your body fat will creep up a little too high, and that is around the 15 to 17% mark for most people. When that time arrives, it's time to cut down. And the last thing I want to say about building muscle: you should eat in a moderate calorie surplus, but you also want to eat enough protein. Now, when I say enough protein, I don't mean you have to gorge yourself like on 3 grams per pound of body weight. About 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, that equals to about 1.8 grams per kilo of body weight, is more than enough to see optimal results. When you want to cut down, your protein intake should stay the same, but you have to put yourself in a calorie deficit, because that allows your body to tap into its fats reserve, to use that as energy, and to slice off unwanted body fat. Now, don't crash diet, because that is counterproductive and that is not sustainable in the long term. But start with a moderate calorie surplus of about 10 to 20%, lose weight, and then see from there if you should put yourself in a further deficit, if you should monitor your fat loss journey even further. And I would say start out with a moderate calorie deficit of about 20%. For most people, that will fall somewhere between 400 and 600 calories per day. And as you get closer to your goal and you plateau, use a smaller calorie deficit. For example, if I were to cut down right now, I would go on a 400 calorie deficit, and I would be fairly lean. But if I then would plateau and still want to get leaner, I would only apply like a 200 calorie deficit, because that is also more muscle sparing. And the most important thing from a training perspective is, when you want to lose fat, is that you want to maintain your muscle, and that is simply done by maintaining your strength. Sure, you will always lose a little bit of strength during a cut, but if you do things properly, you will lose no more than 5 to maximum 10%, and you will hold on to the maximum amount of muscle that you can. So that should be your main goal, to keep on to your hard-earned muscle mass during a cut, and you do that by training hard, using a moderate amount of volume. Don't go too overboard, because your recovery capabilities are limited due to the lack of extra calories. Eat enough protein, and that's pretty much it, guys. So going through these cycles of lean bulking and then cutting down is what will ultimately cause you to have an amazing physique. During the first bulk that you do, you are able to gain so much newly stimulated muscle mass, to gain so much untapped potential, and within each cycle you will see your body improve year upon year. Even after the first time that you do this, your body will look totally different and you can achieve amazing results. But after doing this for like 3 to 5 times, I can guarantee you, if you do things properly, you will look absolutely amazing for a natural lifter. And that's pretty much it. Most people are able to do this. There is no magical pill, there is no magical diet. It's all about getting stronger in the gym, getting more efficient at your lifts. It's all about eating right, and with eating right, I don't necessarily mean eating a certain type of food, but it's all about eating enough calories for your goal, whether you're lean bulking with a small surplus or slicing down body fat with a moderate calorie deficit, and eating enough protein. And that's pretty much it, guys. There's nothing magical to it. It's all about energy in versus energy out. It's all about getting strong at your key movements and supplementing them with additional assistance lifts. And do that for a couple of cycles, do that for a couple of years, year after year, where you will see improvements in your physique and your strength and everything. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is how you build a summer body. And the true magic of your hard work will always be revealed when you are at a lower body fat percentage, when you cut down to like 8 to 12%. I'm around, I'd say, 13-14% right now, so I will bulk up a little more till I reach probably 15 to 17%. And from that point on, I will cut down and I will be diced again. Alright, so guys, I also have an article on my website that goes further into detail on how to achieve the results that you want, on how to sculpt the perfect male summer body. So click the link down below in the description that will give you the step-by-step process. Everything is laid out nicely. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope this message was of value, and please start taking action, because you too can sculpt the body you've been dreaming of. Take care, you guys.